thinking in a different way, in the goal setting way. So you guys know we always set goals in life, but in our fitness journey, there's always something that we're going to attain or going for, whether it's losing weight, triathlon, marathon, getting stronger, just getting to the gym 4 or 5 days a week, having that consistency. And that's what I want to talk about today, is that often when we're doing goal setting, we get caught up in focusing on the wrong thing. And when I say the wrong thing, I mean that the only thing we look at sometimes is the end goal, the big, big end goal, the big, sexy goal that you want to achieve. Like, if it's lose 100 pounds, you're only thinking about 100 pounds. But there's all the steps that go in before the end goal is reached, right? And if we only focus on the end goal, it's very hard to keep the motivation high and the goal setting, like, so you can checklist complete, like, I'm actually hitting my goals. So what I want to do is break it down and make sure you understand what's wrong about your goal setting and how we're going to fix it to make you guys successful. So again, the problem with big goals is that we focus only on the big instead of the foundational things that we need to focus on. So only focusing on the final outcome. So the importance of the foundations that we put in, it's really about doing the boring stuff. And it doesn't sound fun or sexy at all, but it's the boring stuff that we do every single day. And you do it in work, guys. Trust me. You don't just like sign a client or get a new project finished every single day, right? You get a project and then you've got to work at it every single day with all the steps, emails, costing, whatever your job entails. And then the outcome comes, you like the build the house, for example. So let's say you're a builder, right? You don't just go and house built. No, you get the project, you make the design, you get the architect, then you put the layers of cement first. You put the steel rods, you put cement. That's not sexy stuff, but it's essential. And that's what we skip often in our goal setting for when it comes to fitness stuff. So the foundations of fitness and living a healthy life, maybe you guys can throw it in the chat if you want, but here's the top ones that I wrote for now. But if you have any extras, throw it in the chat. Getting enough sleep, drinking water, showing up for your workouts, eating healthy food. You do that every single day, day in, day out, and you will hit your goals. 100%, right? It's not glamorous, but it's the consistency that's going to get us there. And that's what leads to the big results. Now, goal setting. One step that people often forget is actually reviewing the goals that you've made. So setting goals is one thing, and you can have that big goal for the end, but it's all those little small steps, which is why we do goal setting Sunday. If you're not focused on goal setting Sunday, but that changes today, guys, you're going to start doing that. Okay? So you're setting the goal. That's like only half the job. The rest of it is checking in, reviewing, where did I go wrong? Do I need to recorrect, and go a different way? So you need to review. And like you can review, like, did I miss a workout? Why did I miss that workout? What happened? Were you consistent with your meals? Did you let stress take over your focus or delay your sleep? All of these things week to week, you want to look back and go, what could I have done better or shifted to make sure that the foundations are moving forward? So on the goal setting Sunday, so this is the thing, guys, we're setting goals on Sunday and we're reviewing them on Sunday, right? So you set them this Sunday, and then next Sunday we review and we go, oh, what did we achieve last week? What didn't we do? And we reset new goals for the following week. Sometimes they can be the same things, but you have to course correct if you didn't hit the goals from the previous week, right? So every Sunday, you're going to take an honest review of what you did wrong or what you could improve. And by reviewing your goals weekly, you can, as I said, see where you need to adjust. You might make some mistakes, but that's normal. We make mistakes and it happens over and over, and then we just keep trying and we course correct and make it happen. So if you make mistakes, we don't look back, we look forward. What's happening in the next week? It's like driving a car with your eyes closed. You're like moving forward, but you have no idea where you're going. It's super dangerous. Don't do that. Okay? Don't drive a car with your eyes closed. Goal number 1 for this coming week. Then the last one I want to talk about what you're doing possibly wrong and how to correct is success being in the process, not actually the goal. Like the big win is like awesome to look at the house you built or the road trip that you got to the end result where you wanted to go or the mountain you wanted to climb, whatever. That's the end result, and that's the oh, I made it. Look how amazing it is. Look back on my journey. But we can't get caught up only in that big goal. We got to focus on the process week to week, the daily grinds that you need to put in. So the secret to success, master the boring shit. Okay? Just do that stuff over and over and over again. All the boring essentials and review your progress every week. This keeps you on track and lets you make small tweaks that lead to big wins over time. All right. Any questions? I know I bombed through that. As I said, this is more about motivation, inspiration. We're going to go into the how to do it right and how to goal set this coming Sunday with homework. Okay, so that's coming. So stay here. Peter, question, go.
I'm getting used to this now on the phone. Okay. I've decided when I came for K2Fit this time, as per our previous one-on-one, my goal was to maintain my diet, and I feel this is one of the best I've done in long time in
Yeah.
K2Fit time.
Yeah, I can see that,
And
mate.
I'm making sure that I eat that whole bowl of salad and whole plate of salad and whole plate of fruits. Whether I can eat anything else or not later, that's a different story altogether. And it's keeping me full throughout the day. I've actually noticed I've not been eating in the middle. Even if I eat, I'm just eating very little.
Right. Yeah, you're eating like a big
Yeah,
salad and fruit salad at the morning,
yeah,
setting yourself up for the day. And you have chicken on your salad, right?
yeah. I put the roasted, not I don't know what they call it, the
Yeah.
chicken breast.
Yeah, perfect. What a great start to the day, mate. You know, people get worried about having vegetables for breakfast because that's weird. No, it's not. It's only weird because the cereal companies want you to buy cereal. That's it. That's why it's
And I checked my weight. I thought I have cheated. I'll be honest. I have cheated a lot. But because
Mhm.
of that bowl of salad, I'll say I'm not 80/20. I'm 65, 70, 30, maybe.
That's
Leaving's laughing because she
for
knows what I've cheated.
that's pretty good for
Yeah,
being away from home because
yeah.
people often find being away from home restaurant choices and buffet
Mhm.
style that they find it hard. It is very doable though. So you're doing like 70%. That's great.
Yes.
Yeah, super good.
Yes.
Annie, can you end up setting goals too low? No, not if you're putting in the work and you're setting the, like I said, the boring essentials that you have to do every day. I'd love to hear what an example of too low means to you, though, in the chat. Okay, I'm gonna keep going with the how to do it right because I got to get to the homework and then pass you guys on to Coach Elizabeth. But Annie, write in the chat or message me. So, guys, how to goal set right, okay? You need a pen and paper for the homework part of this, by the way, or a phone, whatever you could be new school. So, why set goals? Goals give you direction. Plain and simple. They give you direction. Without them, you're just floating through your week. You don't know where you're going. You're just existing. You're just living life, which is fine, but I want to level up, and I assume you guys are here to level up also. They give you purpose, and they also give you your why. So they help stay on track with the why. So your big goals there, they give you purpose. You're always working towards that end goal. And every week is a chance to measure and course correct as needed, which I mentioned. So the Sunday review, one more time, what did I get right? What can I improve on? How could I get better next week? What my goals, like the essentials are for the upcoming week. So don't forget that you got to focus on the boring stuff, the essential stuff, the foundation of what you need to do week to week in order to get to the big goals. All right, so the next one I want to say, the power of your thoughts, guys. This is all mindset too. We are in control. You are in control of your life. Absolutely. Anything you give the power away and say, oh, this happened to me, I couldn't work out because so and so made me late, da, 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 da. You still have the control. You take responsibility for your life and implement the things that you want to happen, the things that you want to happen that are the big goals in the end. So you're in control of your thoughts and your actions. You have the power to choose. And when I say this, don't brush this off. It's not like just a motivational quote of like, just do it. Your mindset literally determines your results. So take this seriously. The mindset often is can versus can't. Have you guys ever heard, maybe just a thumbs up, somebody say, like, if you say you can't do something, you should shift it to a can, like a can statement, instead of focusing on the negative, right? So we want to think about that. There's a famous quote by Henry Ford. I don't know if you guys know him, but well, I don't know him either, but I know of him. And he was an innovator and created the motor company Ford and did many other things. But he has a famous quote called, "Those who think they can and those who think they can't are usually right." Which means if you tell yourself you can, you're probably right. And on the other side, if you tell yourself, I can't do it, you're probably right, because you're telling yourself exactly the outcome. You are putting the outcome in your mindset. You're putting the outcome in your results there. So be someone who thinks they can. What does this mean for you? Belief drives action. So if you believe that you can improve, you will. 100%. If you believe you will improve and can improve, you will. If you doubt it, you're going to hold yourself back and not even try. And that's where self-sabotage comes in. And nothing makes me sadder as a coach than people that give up and stop trying. Because if you just try and you just show up and you don't quit, you're going to see results and you're going to hit your goals. Look forward, not backward. There is a reason that your eyes are in the front of your face. They're not back here. They're not in the back. They're not looking back at all the mistakes you made or all the things that tripped you up when you were a kid or all the things the bullies said to you. No, your eyes are facing forward. And that's where we should be looking too. Face forward, move forward. If you're in growth mindset and you want to level up, you're looking forward. We're not looking back and dwelling on the past. If there's something that drives you forward from the rear view mirror, sure, okay, let's drive forward. But don't dwell on the past and let that hold you back. Don't let the past take your power. Look forward. So stop tripping yourself up by looking at past mistakes or missed goals that you had. The next goal's around the corner. The next win is just ahead. So just keep going. I'm going to quickly look at the chat and then I'm going to give you guys my homework. And by I say my homework, I mean your homework. So Annie was talking about, can you set the bar too low? So for Annie, 4 workouts a week is easy most weeks. So should the goal be stretching? Yeah, absolutely. If you're already doing 4 workouts a week, then I mean, that's part of your life, right? So if you're setting the goal, I'll work out 4 times next week because I know I will. Yeah, I mean, that's a given. So I wouldn't put a goal that it's already a given for you. So yes, your next goal could be, instead of your move goal being 4 workouts, it could be stretching on top of your workouts. But yeah, good question. Team, what you're going to do, this is the last thing I'm going to give you before I pass you to Coach Elizabeth, okay? Write this down. I will put it in the chat as well for Sunday, because we're going to do this every Sunday from now on. If you don't post it in the chat, you will see less results. How's that for guilt for you? If you post it in the chat, you keep accountable, you show people that you're showing up, You make it something that you're gonna do. You're putting yourself out there. You're like, these are my goals. If you don't hit goals every single week, you're not a failure. It's just a course correct, as we talked about. If Annie, for example, you hit your 4 workouts and you say, I'm gonna stretch 4 times that week, but you only stretch 3, well, thank goodness, because I'm sure the week before you would have stretched 0. So at least you stretched 3 times. And then the next week you can stretch, you know what I mean? So like, we're always working forward. So on your, does everyone have Instagram here? Actually, can I get a thumbs up if everyone, yes, yes, yes. Okay, on Instagram, go to post a story. Don't post the story, just use the app to create this. So you're gonna go to story. You're gonna choose a photo that inspires you. It could be you flexing, it could be your kids smiling, it could be a dog. Generally, it's you, something to do with your goals, okay, guys? Because we're goal setting. So something with you, maybe a gym photo, maybe a motivational pic, like you, someone else could be. So you're gonna choose a photo, and then you're gonna set yourself up with 3 goals at least, 4 if you want. First one is health goal. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna commit to 4 workouts plus stretching. There's your health goal. You write that in text. Make a new line. Your relationship goal. I'm talking about communication with your partner, your family, your colleagues, your friends. What kind of goals do you have to be a good service and community member in your life? How are you going to show up in your best self and make sure the relationships around you are harmonious? Okay. Food goal. Mine this week was no rice. I already failed. I had it yesterday. It's okay. It's just once, not every single day. No, so you set a goal, a food goal. So you could say this week I'm cutting sugar from my coffee. You could say I'm adding greens to every meal. What's your food goal? It's a week goal, remember, guys. Remember that we're doing the foundation stuff. We're not doing the what foods do I need to eat perfect for the next 6 months to lose 100 pounds. We're doing, what are you doing next week? Last one is self-care goal. Meditation, breath work, stretching, massage. What self-care are you going to take? Reading a book, locking your kids in a closet so you can have some alone time, you know, all these things. So you set the home screen on your phone with this photo. So again, one more time, last time, and I'm passing you on. So go to a story on Instagram, choose a photo, write 4 goals. The 4 goals are, one is a health goal, one is relationship goal, one is food goal, one is a self-care goal. You write the text on that, and then you click the right 3-dot button, I think, and you save the photo. And the photo is that photo of you that is motivational with your 4 goals for the week. And then you go and set it up on your home screen, like I have. You're going to have your goals right on your home screen. So every time you pick up your phone, you're like, I got to hit my goals. Oh, yeah. Because the more it's in your face, the more you're going to do it. Out of sight, out of mind. For food, for example, like if you don't put food in your kitchen, out of sight, out of mind, I'm not going to eat those things because it's not my kitchen. In sight, in mind. So put it right there on your home screen. And it will remind you every single time you pick this up, which I'm sure is a lot during the day. All right. I love you guys. I will remind you of this homework on Sunday. Have an amazing rest of your session. Can we get a round of applause for Coach Elizabeth? Coach Elizabeth in the house.
Are you recording?
Yeah, I'm recording. Hi.
It's weird.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. You're awesome.
This background is weird.
Bye. Hi.
Hi. Hi, everyone. It's a nice blue background, but it's when you move fast, like
It's
her,
like
in her.
it's like I'm in a news channel.
Yeah. Right. So yeah. So hi. Nice to see you. I'm gonna continue the session, and then we can ask questions after. I will also talk a bit, and it's about mindset. So more how the brain works when it comes to programming your mindset and reset your mindset. a little bit. So a number is 46.9% of our brain is on autopilot. So this means that when our brain is on autopilot, it's called the default mode, and that's half of our, basically it's half of our day we are on autopilot. So the brain has like two different modes when it comes to what we're thinking about and how we are using our brain, and one of them is the default mode. And this is when our thoughts, we're just doing things that we do every day, and our thoughts are drifting. We just do. So that's the autopilot, the default state. The other one is the direct mode. That's when you actively are thinking. For example, what Coach Kara talked about before, you decide your thoughts, right? So you are in the connected to this.
Oh.
Now, I hope I'm back. Yeah, so the when you are in, your brain is in the direct, when you have your, like, the power to you controlling what you're thinking, and you constantly yeah, you are in a mindset of growth when you are in the direct mindset. So you have really the choice to decide where to be, but it's almost 50% of the day you're in the autopilot. The brain is in this default mode, the autopilot, when you can't really control when it's happening. So what I'm going to talk about is how to reset the autopilot when you think negative thoughts, or thoughts that you maybe don't know you have, like negative beliefs, for example. You're gonna be aware of these and make them more conscious, let's say. So when you want to make changes and you have your big goals, you have a big goal that you want to make, it's very easy for people to think that in the back of your head, this autopilot thinking that, no, this is not going to happen. I'm too stressed to have time to put into this, or I'm going to fail, this catastrophic. That's a negative beliefs that's in our default mode, our autopilot mode, that we can't control really. And this is normally because of two different things. The first thing is we learned it from growing up, from childhood. Like, we have had someone in our childhood, normally parents or someone that was close to us, that trained you and your mind into having these negative beliefs about yourself. And these are in this autopilot state of the brain that you really are not, you're aware of it, but you don't control it. And the other reason can be that you have programmed this yourself. So you had negative experiences, maybe people were not nice to you, or you have negative experiences in your life that made you start to think these negative thoughts, and they became these negative beliefs about yourself. So, but if we constantly are letting us having these, they automatically end up being automated in our brain. So they are there bugging us from they are not conscious, so we can't really impact our goals with the same way as we can if we make them deliberate. So how do we then reset? So the 50% of the day when we have these negative thoughts popping up in our heads, is how do we reset this? So usually you need to be aware of it, right? So if you just think about something that pops up in your head that self-talk that you have that maybe is not positive. It can be anything from I'm scared to fail. If I set my goal too high, I'm scared to fail this. I'm too lazy, I won't accomplish this, or I don't have money, so I cannot, and I won't be successful, so I'm not like, so any negative belief that you have with you, it's always good to write it down so you can like be aware of it and see it. That's the first step. And then ask yourself, what is this negative belief costing me? What impact does it have on my my results or what I want to do in life? And this is super important to be aware of what your negative belief is. And so every time this happens, you need to like just, oh, wait, now I'm thinking this, and replace that with a positive thought, something totally opposite. So that could be like, to reprogram could be something, for example, instead of thinking that nobody likes me, that's a super negative thought, right? When you are aware of it, that you have these thoughts, you change it into, for example, the right people love me. Like, so that's quite a powerful way of changing. Or I'm too old to do this. I'm too old to run this marathon. Change that thought into, no, I have so much time to succeed in all kinds of competitions. So just find that negative belief that you have, that you're struggling with, especially with goal setting and what's hindering you from reaching some of your goals. It can be these negative thoughts that you have, that you're not really aware of how big they impact your life. So yeah, find that the thoughts that comes to your mind when you that you don't really know, that when you're not in your active mindset, and write it down and replace it. And every time it comes to your mind, you try to shift it into a positive thought. So it's it's an easy thing to do, and it has a great impact on reaching your goals, because you spend so much time in this autopilot state. So you want these negative thoughts to be positive in this autopilot stage, basically. So yeah. So the homework is to try to think about the biggest negative belief you have about yourself, and write that down. And then next time it pops up, or next time you think about it, replace it with a positive one. And then every time it pops up, just say it loud out to you, or write it, the positive replacement instead. So it takes some practice. It takes some time before it falls through, but it's really, yeah, important. So yeah. Any questions? Peter. Yeah, that's interesting. So sometimes debate between fear and negativity. Yeah, but it's can you express more around that, Peter, if you can unmute?
Like you and Coach Kara know what I've gone through the last 1 year. So I've come out of it, but I'm still totally not out of it. So like I have a fear of few things, fear, lack, or you can call it maybe fear or maybe negativity or maybe lack of self-confidence because what I've gone through the last 1.5 years. But I'm just coming out of it. But a lot of times when I make decisions, last 1, 2 months has been okay because I've been almost back to normal. But before that, I was doubting myself every time. And when I doubt myself, I get into a negative zone, and negative zone leads to fear that I don't want to do it at all. If I do it, if I go wrong, that way.
Yeah, it becomes very obvious. Okay,
Yeah.
so how did you deal with it?
Of course, you have to do the negativity to see the output of it. So, I mean, not the negative. You have to pass. You have to overcome your fear of. You have to be ready to face the what do you call the negativity? Like even business example, you do something, but you're scared. That might lead you to good profits, or that might lead you to bad losses. But but uh, but you only know it once you do the action. That's the thing. And if you just say what if, you'll never do anything.
No.
This I've learned, especially the last 2 months.
This is very interesting because this
Yeah.
what if that's definitely a programmed negative belief that you have,
Yeah.
like you tell yourself, right? And that's something that sometimes you don't even know that you're thinking it. It just takes up this negative energy in your brain, and it's so automated, and it has such a big negative impact. So it's really good. You seem, I mean, to be aware of it, and it's training it's exercising your mind and your brain, like training. Okay, now I'm thinking this. Just replace it in your mind and say it out loud and write it down and replace it with a positive, because that's how the brain works. You need to do this exercise, otherwise it won't change. And it has like 50% of impact of your thinking and of your day. So yeah, it's super interesting.
Like if you have the fear, you'll not be able to do anything. And if you don't do anything, you go into the negative zone. And if you go into the negative zone, you're like, F everything.
Yeah.
Sorry for the language though.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. Any other?
That's where that's where Anne's thing has helped me a lot. Say one good thing about yourself when you wake up in the morning. I think Anne started that, right?
Who started that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Anne started that.
Yeah.
Coach Kara told me to do it.
Yeah. That's there's so many mindset improving things you can do, right? And this is a very good one to start the day like that. Or yeah. So any other questions or thoughts before we have to take the photo? Kara just reminded me. Are you coming in?
See if we both can be in. It's weird background. Oh,
You don't have
I lost my body.
We can't do this.
Okay, let's just try. We'll be half in. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Weird. Yeah. Okay. Have a good rest of your evening. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, Living.